Okay, and we are rolling. So, today, what are we doing? Well, what are we doing? We are recording. That much is obvious. Excuse me, I've got to put my headphones in. So you're probably getting a bit of double music here. As my mic picks it up. Yep, that was headphones. Okay, we're rolling. So, I'm attempting another live. Oh god, that's loud. Hence why things are a bit of a mess at the moment. But it's all in good fun. That's a good level. That's better. Much better. Right, so, the other week, or last week, I put up a draft analysis of a draft league I've recently signed up for. And I slept for the drafting and got a very good team. That's that. So, my first week was against Vincent. And we had a few battles. He usually beats me. So I wanted to come with something very strong into his team. Now, what was his team? Can't remember. I'll talk you through it when I actually show you the battles. But I knew that Vinacol would be a very strong lead. I also had a Trick Room mode, Dusk Noir and Gastrodon, and Eternatus and Insin. Just generally speaking, a solid good team. Now, the Venusaur is my G-Max, so I went with a Sludge Bomb, Frenzy Plant, Growth and Earth Power, so an almost pretty standard set, except for the Growth, you don't normally see it, but being Draft League, I thought I might be able to afford, if I can get a cheeky +2, then I'm going to be stomping through. But didn't happen, spoilers, didn't use it, didn't really matter. I could have had Protect, it wouldn't have changed the outcome of any of the matches, I don't think. So I just went with the standard, modest, 250 split, 4 in HP, just because. Torkoal, would help if I actually had the right window open. Okay, so Torkoal, we had put a 252 in special attack, obviously wanting to hit as hard as possible with Charcoal, 124 in defense, and 70 in HP. Now that Clear Smog might seem a bit weird there, like why not Body Press and why not Eruption, because I mean generally speaking I wanted them, but it was slightly more support orientated with that Clear Smog and Yawn, mostly because I just remembered his team was Xerneas. So Clear Smog, as you'll see, comes in pretty useful there. Insin, I went with the Assault Vest because it was Xerneas. There's a few other things which I can't remember. We had a Fake Out, U-Turn, Snarl and Flare Blitz, even if I can get my words out. Went with 120 speed, which is quite fast, but I know I sped crept in for something. Again, I can't remember the team, so I can't remember. I think it was to get a quick U-turns in, or to outspeed someone he had a Fake Out, maybe. I can't, like I said, I can't remember. And then we had, where was I? Yes, 28 defense, 56 special defense. That was calced literally just to try and live one Dazzling Gleam if he managed to get his Geomancy off. 212 attack and 92 HP. Next we get into the Eternatus, which was a weakness policy set with Cosmic Power, Flamethrower, Dynamax Cannon and Sludge Bomb, which he hits incredibly hard. Very, very hard indeed. Spade crept him, so even Max Timid Xerneas. Basically, I just over-centralised the Xerneas. I could still get a Sludge Bomb off it before it gets its thingy off. That was the plan anyway. Cosmic Power is always fantastic for survivability, especially when we're using weakness policy stuff. And so we went with just 100 special attack, because he's got a decent special attack stat anyway, and with weakness policy we get into +2. Max HP, defense and special defense pretty much just even, so we could live more hits basically. I didn't think too hard into him. And then Dusk Noir with safety goggles, because yeah, he wasn't Among Us, he didn't get Among Us, I don't think. I think he got Fungus, but it was just in case. With Protect, Trick Room, Poltergeist and Ice Punch. I didn't need too much coverage with him, he was just a good option. So I had my fast mode and my slow mode, and then Gastrodon just in case. Who did I have him for? Maybe he had a Urshifu, I can't remember. There was a reason I had Gastrodon anyway. It was to probably just protect Torkoal and Incineroar, which was quite needed. And that was just a standard set. Max HP, decent amount of special attack, 72 defense, and then Scald, Earth Power, Recover, Protect with a Citrus Berry, so he's lasting for a long time. And with that being said, I'll just load up the battle. Okay, so here we are into the match. Now, initially, I couldn't remember the team, but here it is. So yeah, he's running Thundurus, Whimsicott. Why can I never remember the names of these things when I'm actually here? I can roll them off my tongue. Giratina, Comfey, Fungus, and Excelgor. So he also had Palisand as well, so that was the main reason for Gastrodon, was just in case he bought that stuff, because I really don't want that thing setting up. Nobody does. So my initial thoughts on this team preview was Trick Room is my friend, I think. I think that's what I did round 1. Let's get into it and find out anyway, because it's been a few days, I've kind of forgotten, so I'll go through it myself. Music off, correct sides, speed, slow, and play. How we say exchange our good looks, our have funs. And I send out Incineroar and Dusknoir into his Defiant, Thundurus and Whimsicott. So I know straight away that was a bit of an iffy play, but you can now Dynamax him at +1 and not worry too much, and whatever Whimsicott's doing, Whimsicott's doing. So this was a poor idea, but I see his Focus Sash and his Lumberry. So he protects to avoid the Fake Out, makes sense. Gets an Airstream off into Dusknoir, which I survive because he is very bulky. Well, not very bulky, like in comparison to Dusclops he isn't as good because he can't hold Eviolite, and there's only 5 difference between them, but he's still bulky, as you can see, living that hit at +1 and stab. So I set up my Trick Room, and I'm in a position now as to Dusknoir would have been my Dynamax, but I can't do that, so what do? So I Flare Bits the Whimsicott and Ice Punch this. Getting a bit of damage off is always nice. Max Lightning into the Incineroar, which he gets a KO. And Lightning on the ground. So out comes my Eternatus, who is fast, annoyingly, but he's also +1 speed. So it protects his Gastrodon. Dynamax Cannon takes him out. So I'm guessing here, protected here, expecting a Sludge Bomb, or I don't know, maybe the Ice Punch coming from Poltergeist. Not Poltergeist, that's his attack, and that's a different Pokemon completely. Dusknoir, there we go, we got there initially, oh for God's sake, I can't talk, ignore me, but yeah. So I switch out, I get Gastrodon in next to Eternatus. At this point I've sent out Eternatus, I'm like, right, time to max. Oh wait, no, Eternatus can't max. So I'm in a bit of a, can't really say pickle, because positionally I'm in a good place, but I don't really have a good max option outside of Dusknoir, who's taken far too much damage to max. So I could max Gastrodon, but at this point I wanted to max Eternatus and couldn't, so I kind of forgot about that. So pressure, sends out his Comfey. He's going to take Earth Power into Whimsicott, and I think I just Cosmic Power here, yeah. So I'm +1 defense, +1 special defense. Giratina comes back out. So this could be weakness policy stuff as well, I'm not quite sure. But I get a Scald into Giratina, get a burn, that was quite a lucky burn I think, I don't actually know, no, can't mind, it's special, ignore me. I am just kind of rambling on, get a Sludge Bomb off, but that was the Aloe switch. Floral Healing, so I need to get rid of this Comfey before anything else really. So I get another Cosmic Power off, so I'm at +2 defense and special defense. His Draco's not going to be doing too much, he's going to set off my policy now, which isn't very good for him to be honest. And an Earth Power into Giratina again. So now I send back out Dusknoir just so this Gastrodon isn't taking too much damage for the end game. I see the what berry was it? Yeah, Kabai berry, which is poison I believe. Yep. But even then, we nearly get the KO there. We get the poison, which, to be honest, that comes in absolutely like huge, because it means Comfy's dealt with now. So it's 2v1 at the end of this turn. Even though Eternatus goes down. Was that a crit? No, it wasn't. Wasn't it? Because like I was +2. Eternatus lost. So he was +1. A +1/1 did that much. So why did a +2/1 do more? Let's see. Sorry, I've just noticed that. So at +1, I lost 45 health, and when he's then at -1, I'll lose 46. Ah, okie dokie. But yeah, Giratina hasn't got any output anymore really into a Gastrodon, so I can just quite safely go into an Ice Punch, which doesn't Poltergeist, which doesn't connect anyway, doesn't really matter, and then I can just Earth Power away, and that is going to be game 1. Well, yeah, to be played perfectly, I can't think what it's called. Protect, there we go, just to negate any damage coming out, just so that burn can chip him down a little bit more. And we're going to see that his Shadow Ball is then doing literally 16%. It's not going to be doing enough. We've also got Recover, and I've got my Berry, just in case he crits. Your Calm Mind's up again. I Earth Power. So at this point, I think this is the end of the game. No, there's one more. So do I just Protect here to be an arse? I can't remember. Nope. I recovered to be an arse. I mean, generally speaking, it was a bit of an arse move, but the match was over. We played it till the end, and we did all right. So on to match 2 and on to game 2. So this one is a little bit different. Okay, first of all, music off, speed slow. We don't want it normal, and we need to switch sides as well. So yeah, we already know the team composition. Let's see if he changes his lead. Now I know I lead differently, but I can't remember how. Okay, so we get Giratina and Thundurus off the bat, so I go with the Venucoal lead, which puts on a lot of pressure. Max Venus straight away, no reason not to. Protects his Thundurus, no, double protects, makes all sense, doesn't want to take too much damage here, but I am also boosting this Torkoal's damage output as well. Don't get a yawn off, annoyingly, but anyway, so we just switch out into Dusknoir. We're going to save that Torkoal for later. Get another Maxus off. Start doing a little bit more. Max Lightning so nobody can go to sleep. Dusknoir eats that, as you can see, without actually worrying too much. So Max Guards. I Vine Lash into it, so I don't get my Vine Lash off, annoyingly. But I do get my Poltergeist into it, which does a good chunk of damage. Next, he protects his Giratina as I go for a Sludge Bomb, taking out the Thundurus. And I try to Ice Punch Giratina. To no luck. So he's going to Tailwind. Takes out Dusknoir, so there's no Trick Room from me coming out. Sludge Bomb the Giratina, doesn't pick up the KO. But we get another Poison, quite luckily. Which is going to end him next turn, so there's no reason to just not keep hold of this. Energy Ball into Gastrodon, takes him out straight away, because he can't live any. Like, they cannot live that. And this is where I'm in a bit of a sticky situation. So, we're down to the last 2 Pokemon, and Venusaur really does well into these two, like really well. But with a Tailwind up, I'm in the sun. I think they should still be outspeeding me. I can't remember. What do I go for here? Do I go for Growth, or do I just go straight for not straight for Sludge Bomb? Which I should have gone to the Comfy first to get rid of his Berry, but here we are. Protects that. Do I call it right? No. If I'd have gone for the Comfy then again, I would have probably have took this. But Whimsicott goes down now. Don't know if Comfy can actually do enough here. I was thinking to myself, there's no way he's doing enough, and I'm KOing him, forgetting about his Berry, to be honest. And that was quite a big mistake. Had I done it the other way around with those two as well, that would have KO'd and Comfy would have died. I would have held on to a little bit more life anyway. And that was round 2. So we're forcing a round 3, which is this one. Music off, switch sides, slow replay. Right, after that one I knew to play Venusaur a little more carefully, I guess. So let's get into it. Same leads, Giratina and Thundurus. I lead off Dusknoir and Venusaur just to hedge my bets really, because he can't KO either of my Pokemon like this. So I get in Eternatus, he Dynamaxes the Thundurus. I Dynamax Dusknoir right off the bat. Airstreams into Eternatus. So he's getting his speed up. Shadow Ball into Dusknoir, but I'm going to eat that at this level. Max Phantasm into the Giratina just to get rid of it. I don't want this around. Forgetting about this attack boost I'm giving him. Draining Kisses the Eternatus. And yeah, I'm surprised he lived that, to be honest, to Max Darkness. It's not Stab though, that's the only thing. And my Max Hailstorm takes him out. And now we've just got Comfy and Whimsicott to deal with, which Venusaur and Eternatus can do very well. So that's his Sashgon as well. So bringing Torkoal out just so I can get the thingy up. What's it called? It's going faster than I can talk. Okay, let's go back to the last turn, shall we? What happens? Actually, let's really slow, shall we? So, Draining Kisses, taking the Dusknoir out, Sludge Bomb into a Protect from Whimsicott, and Ice takes out his Sash, sending Torkoal. Helping Hands is Comfey for a Draining Kiss, which nearly takes Eternatus out, but not quite. Sludge Bomb gets rid of Whimsicott, and Clear Smog gets rid of his Berry. So another Draining Kiss, going to take out the Comfey, but I've now got 2 poison moves coming, and there's not much you can do against this here. So Yali switches, knowing fully well that's game, and I take the first week. Differential, obviously it's 2-1, so it's +1 rather than +2, but it's a strong start indeed. I forgot to do my call to action, so I'll do them now. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, anything. I'll leave the team paste down below. Feel free to use it, although Series 8 is well and truly over. And I wouldn't recommend this for Series 10. Definitely not. So I'll leave a paste just in case you want to have some friendly battles with it. Battles, but either way, I don't expect you're going to be using it. Till next time, see ya.